I can take the silence. It's kind of driving me crazy right now. Jesus Christ. Good God. Good God, man. Just a little tripod. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today's, oh my God, I didn't take a breath. Today's video is going to be my mid-year check-in slash wrap-up-ish type of video. I'm not going to be talking about every single book I've read. No. 55 books. No. We're going to be going over my 5-star reads that I have so far this year. A lot of honorable mentions because there were a lot of books that I gave like 4.75, 4.8. It just wasn't at a 5-star, but honestly, I'm questioning my choices. And of course my camera's going to die. So what, because I have a backup battery on standby. Can't stop me, can't stop me. But I'm questioning my choices because I swear looking back on them, I'm like, why did I give this book a 5-star and not give this book a 5-star? But we're not gonna worry about that right now. We're gonna go based off of past Christina's opinions. Then I have my disappointing reads. I have a few of those, and then I'm gonna be talking about my anticipated releases for the rest of the year, and then I'm gonna be talking about my reading goal. So I'm gonna do like just a mini discussion on my reading goal, where I'm at compared to last year, and my thoughts on it. So yeah, if you're interested, then can you tell I'm not breathing? Then stay tuned. Okay, all right. These are all the physicals I have. Also gave a lot of books, not like away, but I'm letting other people read them right now. First of all, my favorites, books that I gave 5 stars. They're so random. I am gonna be going in chronological order of like when I read them. French Kissing in New York, I listened to this book. It was just chef's kiss. It was chef's kiss. I need more people to read this. Read it, listen to it, do whatever you want. I need more people to consume this book in some sort of way. Like literally eat it for breakfast. I don't care. But it's so good and it's so underrated. I swear it's also just the sweetest, cutest book I've ever read. Besides picking daisies on Sundays, I think that is just like top tier. And then we have Brian. I had the best time reading this. I don't care what anyone says. It seemed like Ali Hazelwood had the best time reading this book. If she did, it transpired beautifully. Like if vampires were real, it just feels like she made it make sense. It's sort of like the way that she explains it. It's like if the human biology was just tweaked in a way that like vampires could be real. That's what I got from this. Vampires could be real. No. And also it's just the romance. The tension, 10 out of 10. The banter, 10 out of 10. The way that she's just so sarcastic and witty, and it's my favorite thing. My sense of humor is sarcastic, deadpan humor. Like British humor, I guess it's called. Don't quote me on that, please. Don't. I haven't looked it up. I don't know. But yeah, it's so good, so funny. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I let a friend borrow it and she gave it 5 stars. Then we have Bewitched. I had the best time reading Bewitched. It's about witches and warlocks, and she's reincarnated as his wife from the past. I will list all the books in order so you know what I'm talking about because I'm not going to be summarizing them well. I won't be summarizing them well if I do try, but seriously, this was just so much fun. I finished it so fast, like within a day. And I'm a slow reader, also I have ADHD, so I'm thinking about 10 other things while I'm reading. But just know it was really good. I really liked it. I didn't like one of her books in the past. It was Rhapsodic, I think. I hated it with a burning passion. But I love this book. So, A+. Then we have The Flat Share, which I do have a physical copy of, but it's not here. And it's by Beth O'Leary, which this isn't a category, but one of my new favorite authors where I will read anything that she comes out with. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. The Flat Share, and I think they weren't even talking to each other because they live in a flat together, but they live in it at different times. So it's like they're sharing the flat and they're sharing a bed, they're sharing a fridge, they're sharing everything, but at different times. He works the night shift as a nurse, or I believe he's a nurse, or he's a doctor, something along the lines, and she works during the day, so they never see each other, but they end up just like writing letters to each other and leaving little sticky notes everywhere, and they slowly get to know each other through that, and it's so sweet because they're like falling in love over that. And once they do meet up, it's so magical, and it's so good, and it's so funny, and it's so alive. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel so passionate about this book and other books that I've read by her, which has been one other book I think I've read. I want the rest of them, if that counts. I love it, and I definitely recommend it. I found it off of my Pinterest, but it's so weird because I also saw it in Barnes & Nobles and I started reading it, but I was like, no, I don't know, and I just put it back. If you see this book, please, I definitely recommend picking it up, reading it, listening to it. It's so good, so captivating. I loved it. Then we have Picking Daisies on Sundays. I don't think I actually had the highest hopes. I saw this on Pinterest. The way I describe it is, if I could take this love story and fold it up and just put it in my pocket forever, because it is it's so sweet. I was gonna say the sweetest love story, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna say that a lot because I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for love. I'm a sucker for it. I just want to hug this story so bad. I mean, I will. Because it's just so wholesome. It's so wholesome. And there's no third act breakup. I don't think there's a third act breakup. And they communicate. Same with, also, I have a few on here that are like no third act breakups. I didn't know that was a thing. And it's a wonderful thing that I've discovered, and I can't go back. I can't go back. Once you have healthy communication, you can't go back. Anyways, this is great. I don't know if you can see it, it's a little washed out. But it's beautiful. I loved it. The writing is fantastic. And it's very cute. It's so cute. I'm also a sucker for cute things. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Then the last book I have for my 5 stars is The Kiss of Deception. I wanted to read, I stopped reading them, but I wanted to get to Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves, but I mean, I tried to film a reading vlog for the Kiss of Deception series, and it just became a mess. Because all I wanted to do is read and not talk. You have those books where it's like, I want to read this and I really don't want to talk about it, but just know that it's really good. But I'd rather just lay here and rot. Become one with the bed and read. It was so much fun. The romance was impeccable and the plot was impeccable. I loved it. I don't remember, but I do. I think she runs away. Yes. This book is this book is great. I love this book. And I know it's older. I've seen some people dislike it, but I don't care. It was so much fun. I had so much fun and I loved it. It was nostalgic. I was a fantasy YA, dystopian, romantic girl when I was younger, and these were everything to me. I loved it. The second book was also amazing, but I didn't finish it. I'm halfway through. You can judge me because I know I want to read it. I want to read it so bad. But now I feel like I'm behind, and so I gotta read so many other different things. My honorable mentions. I have a lot. So first we have When Gracie Met the Grump. So good. If you're going to read a Mariana Zapata book, read this one. The other ones are great. Like, I read Colty. I also read The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. I loved it. But this one was just so special to me because I thought it was different, and the characters, I swear, latched onto me and wouldn't let go. I was attached willingly, and it was like it's a superhero kind of romance, and I loved it. It's a standalone, and it was great. Then we have The Switch by Beth O'Leary. I listened to the audiobook, and I know I'm gonna put on the screen who the other person is who narrates it because I know she's probably famous and she did amazing. But then we have Daisy Edgar Jones, and I saw that and I was like, I love Daisy Edgar Jones just because I saw her in When the Crawdads Sing, and it was before I read the book. I mean, I didn't read the book. I said that, but I didn't know anything about it. I just like saw her and I was like, oh my god. There's just something special about Daisy Edgar Jones. Her and her grandma, they switch lives for 2 months. Our main girl, she is, well, it's a duo POV. Granddaughter, we follow her going to a small town where she is from, I believe, in London. Both of them are just going into completely different territories, and the grandma wants to find love again at her age, and it's so good. I loved it, and I would like for more people to read it or listen to it. Consume this book, pretty please. Then we have the Stage Dive series, but just 1 through 3. Oh my god, I love a rockstar romance. A rockstar romance is just it for me. I'm a sucker for them. I love them. The aesthetics, it's not even the aesthetics, it's just energy in the room is immaculate. Immaculate, period. That's it. The first one was a-okay. You know what? I was like, I like it. And also, healthy relationships, communication, it's crazy. It goes crazy, it goes wild, and I love it. Then we got into the second book, and I was like, oh my god. The first one is the lead singer of the group. Then we have, oh, I don't even know. The first one is called Lick. And I saw that, and I was just like, you know what? That seems really interesting. That seems really interesting, and I just kept being gravitated towards it, and I've never heard anything about it. It was calling my name. It was calling my name, and so, and it was perfection. Well, it led me to perfection, which was the third book. But the second book is The Drummer. Fake dating. The first one is they got married in Vegas, and she doesn't remember it. So I don't know what kind of trope that is, but then they re-fall in love with each other as they get to know each other again, because she doesn't remember it. They were both not sober, but she was just hammered, gone. And he's a rock star. He's a rock star. So everyone knows about it, so they get to know each other. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But then with the drummer. And the drummer, then, the third one is the lead singer. Jimmy, him and his assistant, and oh my, it's the best. It's the best, and it's worth the wait. It's worth the wait because you're still gonna enjoy everything else that's going on, but the third one, oh my god. I just get off of Jimmy. Period. Everything but my dog. Their relationship is everything to me, if you can't tell. Everything to me. So yeah, we're not gonna talk about the fourth one. The fourth one we're gonna talk about later. Then we have Clementine and Danny Save the World. I thought this was amazing. I listened to this one and I loved it. It had my attention the entire time, and more people need to listen to it or read it or again consume it in some sort of way. It was great. I think anyone of any age can read this, which it's YA, but I think it has a lot of really good talking points. I loved it. I loved the characters, again, latched onto me. I was okay with it. Then we have, I'm sweating, but like I'm wearing socks and shorts. Don't ask. Then we have the Improbable, oh my god, I have so much to talk about. La 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 la. I'm gonna go through these a little bit faster. The Improbable Meet Cute number 4 and 5. I'm gonna put them on the screen. They're great. Ashley Poston, forgive me. Jasmine Guillory. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? Jasmine Guillory, I'm sorry. They're great. They were the only two that I liked. The first two are gonna be in my disappointings because I didn't like them. Then we have Kisses and Croissants. Same author who did French Kissing in New York. This one was just, I couldn't get past the third act of breakup because I just didn't forgive him, but everything else, the plot is just so good. It takes place in Paris and it's great. Ballet school, lovely. Also instructor's son, ballet instructor's son. When this, I have a whole video dedicated to this, so I won't talk about it, but just know, Emily Henry writes other books. Emily Henry writes other books. You might not see them in a bookstore, but she writes other books. When the Sky Fell on Splendor, A Million Junes, and then The Love That Split the World, that is... Did I talk about that? I gave that 5 stars and I don't even think I mentioned it. The Love That Split the World. 5 stars. It's great. Seriously blew my fucking mind. Was so good. I literally think Emily Henry is a genius and a gem and needs to be protected at all costs. Before Beach Read, before book lovers, there was When the Sky Fell on Splendor. There was also People We Meet on Vacation, and then there was A Million Junes. These 2 are the ones I'm gonna be talking about. When the Sky Fell on Splendor, it is kind of like, the characters remind me of like The Breakfast Club. Kind of like everyone has a very distinct personality, but there's aliens and also they get powers. Sounds like a good time. Sounds like a great time, and it's great. I haven't read Funny Story because now I want her to write more stuff like When the Sky Fell on Splendor, and also A Million Junes. A Million Junes is trippy and it's dark and it's gripping and I love it, and it's so sad but it's happy, and it like all of the emotions, it will pull them out of you from every crevice of your body, of your mind, of where you feel your emotions. You'll feel everything, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I love it. It sounds like I should have given all these 5 stars, huh? They're high up. They're high up. Then we have The Heartless Hunter. I do have that one. I have a whole video on it, so I'm not gonna talk about it. But it's a witch and a witch hunter. She is the witch and he is the witch hunter, and she's kind of like a rebel witch, like how the next book is called Rebel Witch. She's like a wonderful character, and I loved her. I didn't know that this was an anticipated read for a lot of people. I saw this cover on my Amazon and I thought, wow, that's gorgeous. And it's actually one of my most viewed videos. Not that it's a lot, but still, like a lot of people are really digging it. I really liked it, and I definitely recommend it. Then we have Ciao for Now. Also, it takes place in Rome. I still love it, but any story that takes place in Europe or just a foreign country, I love. It's mainly because of like the architecture that is described and like the atmosphere, the descriptions, I love. So yeah. Then we have All Roads Lead Here. This is fantastic. This is fantastic. I listened to this one. I ate it up. The characters, again, I swear, like I give up my heart so easily to characters and to stories. Real people know. Because fictional men, fictional people cannot disappoint you. I just saw that in a book. I literally just highlighted it in a book I'm reading right now. And they're like, fictional men can't disappoint you. I mean, they can, but like, you know what I mean. Then we have Unsteady. Unsteady is honestly, if you like what is it, Chasing 13, Binding 13, like those stories, you'll really like this. There's some sort of element in this that's very similar, but that is like, I swear, reading the first one of those, it was like I binged 6 seasons of one show, and it was magical. It was wonderful. It's an experience. This is not that deep. It's not that deep, but this was a very healthy relationship. I love the story. I love the message behind this book. It's just everything to me, and I wanted to put it in here, but the second book, there's gonna be a second book, which I'm so excited for. I literally put in my comments, like, I really want the 2 characters that are in this, the best friends. I wanted their story so bad. It's becoming a book, but it's not coming out until 2025. But just know, this is great. It's on Kindle Unlimited. You don't need to go buy the book. I did because I didn't know it was on Kindle Unlimited, but it's great. Also, this is on Kindle Unlimited as well. Just so you know, The Do-Over. Yes, 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 yes. I read these back to back. This is wonderful. This is funny, and I ate this up so much. I don't know. But I have a whole video talking about this. I really gotta speed it up. I'm so sorry. But this is wonderful. I didn't know if I was gonna love it or not. I was really drawn to the cover. I kind of just get like a 6th sense when it comes to these kind of things, where I'm like, I see a book and I'm like, I know that I'm gonna love you. I can feel it in every fiber of my being that I'm gonna love you. Please read it. I don't think enough people read especially like the ones that I'm talking about. I don't really hear a lot of people talk about, but just know that they're great. Then I'm sweating. The quit list. I was spoiled with the no third act breakup romance books. This doesn't have a third act breakup, and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. It's like, it's very similar to I'm gonna say it's that the one that comes to mind is the Lynn Painter book, Love Wager. Oh my gosh, this was so good. He's helping her find the perfect guy because she's a hopeless romantic. He doesn't believe in love and relationships and that kind of stuff, which typically turns me off when it comes to it, but like this just, it did the damn thing, and it was great. Then we have the dark first 1 and 2 because I still am in my dark romance era. People talked about this, but I never really watched or paid attention to like the detail of what people were talking about with this book, and it's just everything to me. Everything. There's a quote, I put it in the video where I talk about this book, but no book boyfriends. The way Tristan Cave book boyfriends. He says everything and nothing at the same time, and it's wonderful. And I swear he's the only character that I've come across where I'm like, it makes sense when he quote unquote growls. It just, trust me, it makes sense and it works. It works for him, and it also works in this because he's a werewolf, and so it makes sense. But like, it's different, and I loved it. Both of them, it just kept getting better and better and better, and the characters were so, I'm a sucker. So yeah, and then we have Maybe This Time, which I just listened to, and I'm just letting you know it's an Audible original, and it's top tier. I don't know, it said like Dolby on it. I don't know if that means anything, but it was like, oh my God, surround sound. It was surround sound, and it was great. The quality of this audiobook, top tier. It was kind of like See You Yesterday, which is one of my favorite books. Time travel kind of energy, stuck wormhole. There's a past her got stuck in a wormhole. She can call one of her coworkers from the present, and she's having him stop her, like present her from entering the wormhole. And it's a wonderful, wonderful journey, and I loved it. So yeah, those are all of the honorable mentions. I told you I had a lot. And then we have, I'm gonna go through these quickly because I believe I've talked about them before. I've talked about all these. Stage Dive 4 is bad. The lead, she was wonderful. And you got to know her through the other books because she is related to the girl who is she's the younger sister of the girl who's in the first book. He was barbaric. Terrible. Then we have the Improbable Meet Cute 1 and 2. So that's the one by Christina Lauren, and then also Abby Jimenez. It's just Abby Jimenez one though, I hated it. Nothing against her, it was just I hated the book. I wish the first one, like I wish the Christina Lauren one, I wish it was just a full book because I felt like it was just incomplete, and yeah, I didn't like it. It was just disappointing. Then we have Unnecessary Drama. I was disappointed. I had high hopes for it. I had a good feeling about it, but it fell flat in terms of plot. I didn't really think it was that interesting. Of course, that's just me. I didn't love the characters that much, and yeah, I thought it was a bit boring. Daisy Daka, I thought it was okay. I don't know. I had higher expectations for the plot twist, and it was fine. Then we have Happily Ever After. The first half was great. I love the first half. It's by Lynn Painter. The second half is just absolutely boring. So boring. It gave nothing. It gave nothing at all. The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I was waiting for this for a long time because I really liked The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I thought it was dark, twisted, and I loved it. This fell flat. This fell flat. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend reading this book. I definitely recommend her other series. Then we have The Art of Catching Feelings, which I do have. Not here actually, because I left it somewhere. But that one, it was just disappointing. I keep reading her books and I keep getting disappointed. This one was just weird, and the relationship was weird. It moved fast, it moved too fast, and I was uncomfortable. I think some parts were sweet and they had me cackling, but a lot of it was just no. So that's it for my disappointed. Then we have my anticipated releases. I'm gonna go with, oh, I got crack on my back. I'm gonna go with the most obvious ones because like a lot of people are anticipating them, which is Play Along, fourth book in the Wind City series. I eat them up. I love them. They're great and I recommend them. I think they're fantastic. Apprentice to the Villain. I'm so excited. The first one, Assistant to the Villain, was so funny, and the satire, I don't even know if it was meant to be satire, but it was just absolutely hilarious and I loved it. The male lead, the villain, he looked like Damon Salvatore in my mind, but he had the brain of Megamind and he talked like Flynn Rider, and it was everything to me. Then we have Monarch, which is Grimstone, the second book by Sophia Lark. The first one was fine. It was okay. And this one comes out around Halloween the same time. I believe she's just releasing them in October of every year so far. I think that's what she said about the last one. I love Sophia Lark's writing. I think she's fantastic. Then we have Hexed, which is the sixth one of the Emily McIntyre Factory Fairy Tales. I was hugely proud of her and I'm so excited for her book, and I've been following her updates on Goodreads. I'm very excited for this book. The Songbird and the Heart of Stone. This series that I love. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this for a long time, since last year around this time. I need it, I'm ready for it. Then we have Spectacular by Stephanie Garber. I'm just so excited for her to write something else. Not that I don't love, I loved everything that she's written so far, but I'm so excited to see what she does next. I know it's probably a lot of pressure on her, but I'm seriously so excited. Her writing has gotten better and better and better. So I'm very curious. I'm very excited for what's to come after this series is over. Unless it's not over, I don't know. I'll still read it. The Wedding Witch, which is the third book in the Hex X. The Hex X is spicy. I had no idea. I went into it thinking it was gonna be like Hallmarky, Halloween Town, and no. That's one of the spiciest books I've ever read. What's up? But I read that one, and then I was like, I gotta read the second one, and I listened to it, and now I gotta listen to this one too. I don't gotta, but I want to. Then we have One-on-One. After this, I kind of went down my anticipated reads. I don't really know anything about them other than like I've clicked on them and I want to read them. Like I'm looking out for them, I'm waiting for them. Then we have Nothing Like the Movies. Lynn Painter has disappointed. Well, I feel like her YA books are actually a lot better than her adult books. Besides, it was just one time. It was just one time. It was one bad apple. I can't let one bad apple spoil the whole bunch. The Breakup Pact. I believe this is by Emma Lord. And so far, everything that I've listened to by Emma Lord, I really enjoyed. I think they're so fun, and I always have a good time. Then we have Valley, which is the third book in the Glacian trilogy. I haven't read. I read a little bit of the first one, but I wanted to do a video on it, so I'm very excited for the third one to come out so I can do a video on all three. I believe there's Longing and Glacier Monsters. They had me at Glacier Monsters, that's it. And also a Slow Burn, Yearning, Glacier Monsters. That's all you needed to say from I'm easily persuaded at times. Then we have Primetime Romance. I read the synopsis one long time ago whenever I saw this, and I knew I wanted to read it. Then we have Make This Season Bright. It's coming out in December. The same author who did Delilah Green Doesn't Care, Ashley Parker Doesn't Fall. The third one that slips my mind, but I love it. Oh, I don't know. But I'm very excited for it. Then we have A Song to Drown Rivers. This is one of those books that I had a sixth sense about, that I'm very excited for. Comes out later this year, and I'm ready to read it. Then we have I Was a Teenage Slasher. Put slasher in anything and I'm probably gonna be interested. Not not in a way of like I'm crazy, but like slasher movies, I just feel like they do something that I hate and I love. And so I was a teen slasher. I'm very intrigued by that title. So yes. Then we have Lady Macbeth by Ava Reid. I've been waiting for this for a while. And I haven't even read an Ava Reid book, but I have them. I kind of just stare at them because I'm not ready to read them. Because I'm not mentally prepared for them. I know they're gonna be great. I know that they're gonna be great. I have a sixth sense for these things, and I know. I look at them and I say, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you as soon as I get the courage to pick you up and open you and read you. And then we have I Am the Dark That Answers When You Call, which is the second book from I Am the Beast. No. Dang it, it's in the other room. It's in the other room. Why did I didn't think about the anticipated reads that I had them, or anything in between, but I'm so excited to read that for Halloween. I've been staring at it waiting for Halloween because I need to read that in the video. The cover is sick and the summary is even more sickening, and I'm excited. Then yeah, I'll go to the bathroom, but I'll be right back. And then we're gonna be talking about my reading. How long have I been talking? 49 minutes. Good. Duh. Also, if you're wondering where Reckless is on the list of anticipated releases, it already released and I already have it. Duh. I already got it. Anyways, let's talk about my reading go. I'm currently at, I believe it's either 54 or 55 books that I finished. A lot of them, I'm not gonna lie, I listened to a lot of them because I read 150 books last year. Crazy. That's a lot of books. That's a lot of books to consume. It doesn't matter, like even just 55 is still a lot to consume. And at the beginning of the year, I thought, my goal is 75, by the way. I did not want to pressure myself to doing 100 because I surpassed 100 last year. Like my goal was 100 last year, and then I surpassed it to 150, and which I didn't even think was possible. And it was crazy, and I'm so proud of myself that I did that. But I also, at the beginning of the year, I was like, oh my god, how on earth am I going to compete with that? And I developed like a fear of reading, and I just like, I wouldn't really pick up books. Like I couldn't physically pick up a book. I was really hard on myself for not getting books done as fast as I was. Like I was flying through books last year, and now I don't. I really take my time and I read a book within 3 days, probably. Not gonna lie, it's probably 3 days. Even if I'm really sucked into a book, it's gonna be 3 days. And that is hard for me because I think that if I don't get it done now, then it's just like, I'm not gonna finish it. And so it was like this psychological thing. Now I've accepted it, now I'm fine. And I'm reading a lot more books and I'm listening to books, and it's fine. I love reading again, but at first it felt like such a burden. And I don't know if anyone else can relate, but and I see other people surpassing, and then I see people in my life, and it really affected me, and it still sort of affects me because I feel like I'm in competition, but I don't think they're I'm pretty sure they're not in competition with me. But it was like, I did it last year, why can't I do it again? Like, why am I, like, what's up? So, but now I feel a lot better, but at first it was like really hard, and I lowered, that's when I like lowered it to 75, because I was like, I don't want to read books that I'm not gonna like. I felt like I was just like forcing myself to read books, whereas like now I'm reading a lot of books that I like and I'm enjoying, and I have really allowed myself to DNF books very fast. Like I don't push beyond the point of where I'm like, I'm done, and I move on and I find something else, because typically if I have in my mind that I want to read something else, I just put the book down, save it, put it to the side. Like I'm working on Jade City right now, which I'm doing a spoiler reading vlog for. It will come out. It's just going to be taking a lot more time because it's a big book. It's 612 pages or 621 pages, and it's so good. I will like say this, it's fan-fucking-tastic. And I love it. But yeah, that's where I am right now in terms of like my reading goal, how I feel about reading, and yeah. I'm parched. I've been talking for like an hour. That's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below your thoughts and opinions. Be nice, please. Also, shout out to, I got this video idea from Destiny something. I don't really like watch her videos, but she's very creative, and so yeah, shout out to her for giving me this idea to do a video just like this. So yeah, I don't know if she originated it. This was just who I saw, and I mean, I did a reading wrap up, like a mid-year wrap up last year, but not with these topics. So yeah, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video.